All right, here on the ground, we're expecting a possible statement coming in. We're expecting a press briefing by all these wrestlers to be led by Bajrang Punia because he's been making those first statements. Sir, आप मुझे बताओ, आप भी wrestlers हैं, आप इनके साथ आए हैं support करने. अभी लग रहा है कि इधर इधर देखिए इधर आप ऐसा लग रहा है कि wrestlers खुश हैं थोड़ा
हाँ,
बात
थोड़ा
से.
खुश है, हाँ,
तो
खुश है।
लेकिन बैठेंगे या चले जाएंगे आप?
नहीं बैठेंगे तब तक ये सॉल्यूशन नहीं होगा हमारा, तब तक यहीं रहेंगे हम।
तब तक यही रहेंगे.
हाँ, यहीं रहेंगे, हाँ।
लेकिन ये अच्छा है कि कम से कम सरकार ने सुना आप लोगों की बात.
हाँ, नहीं जैसे कि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी है, खिलाड़ियों का बहुत वो करते हैं सहयोग, और ऐसे ही जो बात उठाई हमने, इस बात को भी ज़्यादा गहराई से लेंगे और सॉल्यूशन जल्दी ही लगता है निकाल देंगे हमारा।
तो आपको सहयोग मिल रहा है वो अच्छा है, लेकिन आप चाहते हैं पूरा एक्शन हो एंड तक, ऐसा मतलब सिर्फ बात ना कहकर बंद हो जाए ऐसा?
लिखित में देंगे तो मान्य होगी बात, लेकिन बातचीत से तो कुछ नहीं होगा।
सिर्फ बातचीत ना हो. So the wrestlers are happy that they have been heard, but they will not be convinced till some solid action is taken. I want to quickly bring in Rahul Rawat because I understand my colleagues remember who talk to the wrestlers regularly, who cover the sports fraternity. It is going to be a time that is going to be very crucial for them. He's been constantly on phone, so I had to literally pull him from the calls that he's been making. Rahul, we're expecting a press conference. What can we expect? Can we expect perhaps? Can we expect that they will sit in the dharna here or they will move?
See, as we just saw that Bajrang along with a couple of wrestlers arrived to this dharna site after that meeting with the sports ministry officials, and all 3 or 4 of them have conveyed exactly what transpired in that meeting.
Have they been heard properly, or is it just a rafa-dafa sort of a meeting?
Of course not, because the ministry also understands the gravity of the situation and what is happening and how the media is covering this and how so many people have gathered here just in support of the athletes, the wrestlers, and they also understand, and it has already been, so the message has been conveyed to the fellow wrestlers, and I think now they are all set. They are just getting ready. They're just getting ready for a press conference, and Bajrang, of course, a bronze medalist from the Tokyo Olympics, is leading this front. And the allegations that have been made, of course, are very, very serious.
Rahul, have you seen anything like this in the career that you've had as a sports journalist, where top of the top legends have come forward to take a political stand, a professional stand? Many of them are risking a lot here.
Well, when you say political, at least one good thing about these athletes is that they've made it loud and clear that they are not affiliated.
Politics here. It's a political statement because, of course, they are standing up against a federation chief, but there's no politics. And I want to add what Rahul has said. Brinda Karat of the CPM came in with one of the associates on the stage, and she's been often there on a lot of social political issues that have happened. I remember the bulldozer protest. She was the first to reach, but when she reached here, and she wanted to express support, Bajrang Punia folded his hands and said, you cannot be allowed on stage. You're most welcome. Your support is welcome, but go sit with others on the ground. No Neta needs to come here on the stage, and she had to walk off. So the wrestlers are very clear, Rahul, of what they want.
And when you talk about these kind of allegations that these athletes have made, in the past we've heard many such stories. Pooja, I'm sure everybody in the country is aware. In fact, so many national camps, what happens there, it is not just restricted to wrestling. So perhaps what these athletes are doing here today, and the effects and the impact of what the result of what they do here will have a far-reaching impact and will affect the Indian sports in general, because it is not just restricted to wrestling, and you know it.
So, what do you say about Brijbhushan Singh? Let's talk about him for a moment till they settle the arrangement for a press conference. Rahul, Brijbhushan Singh is not just a federation chief. He's a member of parliament. He's a very strong politician as well. In Uttar Pradesh, he's from Kaisarganj, the member of parliament. But because of his experience, he is also very confident. He says, I've done nothing wrong. This is all a conspiracy being hatched against him. These wrestlers they cannot win any medals, so they're just jealous. They do not trust my decisions, and that's why they are raking this up. How do you see that? Is that confidence? Is that defiance? Or perhaps he knows that they have nothing against him?
See, he's already, as you mentioned earlier also, you've already informed the viewers that the response is being prepared in that WFI office, which happens to be the residence of the WFI president, which of course is Brij Bhushan Singh Sharan. And we all know, so he is a Bahubali Neta, comes from Gonda district of Uttar Pradesh, and has been pulling the strings as far as wrestling is
Has a club.
in India, and he's been pulling the strings for a long time. Now, Gonda, as I said, that he comes from Gonda. The emergency meeting that is going to happen on 22nd of January, it is going to happen in Gonda district. So,
Rahul, tell us, we want to quickly now focus on these visuals as well as the press conference is about to be scheduled. For our viewers, please do tell us about the legends who are sitting right now, one by one. Who are they? So we realize how the top of the top have come together and are going to address the briefing. Almost all of them, as I see, are big international medal winners. Go ahead, Rahul.
well, of course, I was wondering why Yogeshwar Dutt is not there. You have Ravi Dhaiya, of course, is sitting there, the silver medalist from this Tokyo Olympics. Of course, Sakshi Malik, the Tokyo Olympic medalist. You have some young names also from wrestling, because and that is why I was a little surprised when the WFI president yesterday said these are the athletes who are past their prime and then cannot win medals. That is the reason why. That is the reason why they are now up in arms. They know that they don't have anything to lose anymore. So now what they are doing is now they are sitting on dharnas and are just crying foul as something wherever they all this while. So there are young athletes as well. Anshu Malik is there. Sakshi, we've already.
Anshu Malik made a very strong allegation on the stage against Brij Bhushan Singh that, and I want to reiterate for viewers, we'll also play that chunk where she has said that he would take rooms in a hotel on an international trip right in front of those women wrestlers, and that he would keep the door open at all times. It made a lot of them feel inappropriate. About Yogeshwar Dutt, Rahul, he's in fact made a statement saying that Brij Bhushan has done no wrong. Also, maybe because of his association of the Bharatiya Janata Party could be possible, but this looks more united than what Yogeshwar Dutt is.
And all these wrestlers, so it is a community of wrestlers. They come from various akhadas. You have the Chhatrasal akhada from where Ravi Dhaiya is still there. He's still there in Chhatrasal. Bajrang graduated along with, he was the understudy of Sushil and Yogeshwar. He also was from Chhatrasal. You have the Hanuman Akhada. You have so many. So it's a community. It's a community of wrestlers. They come from various other. So and as we discussed earlier also, Sushil is right now, he's out on bail. Sushil Kumar, the two-time Olympic medalist, he's out on bail. So Ravi Dhaiya is not just representing these wrestlers, they represent not just the community of wrestlers, but also their akhadas, where so many. So Chhatrasal Singh.
They wouldn't just come out knowing fairly well all of that is association too. Rahul, when we look at these faces, take a look at that. When have we seen all of these wrestling legends together? It would either be a successful party. I never thought Bajrang Punia could get so direct with his words. We always thought it was training and medals and go back home and maybe a congratulatory a picture of sorts. But this is as unlike these wrestling legends.
And Bajrang Punia, if you see Bajrang Punia and Ravi Dhaiya, they are two contrasting personalities. Bajrang Dhaiya is a very open-minded person. You have wife also, Sangeeta, who is of course a Fogart sisters. The famous Fogart family comes from there. And Ravi Dhaiya, sitting next to Ravi Dhaiya is Deepak Punia. He finished a close fourth in the Tokyo Olympics. It could have been 3 medals in Olympics. Yes, he lost by just a fraction of a second. I think 7 seconds. If he could have maintained that, he could have actually won that bronze medal. So
Look at this image carefully. I want our viewers to look at this image carefully. There are Olympic medal winners here, Commonwealth Games medal winners here, Asian Games medal winners here, World Championship medal winners here. And they're not here to talk about their struggle or hard work or medal success. They are here to talk about a very serious allegation of mismanagement, misuse of power and authority, specifically against young women wrestlers, and they want the government at the top to take action. This is as historic as it can get, Rahul.
But as far as government is concerned, they've already sought response from the WFI. As of now, they'll have to wait for what comes from the WFI, their response. So their next move, they've heard what they wanted to. In fact,
and that's our hope, Rahul. Our hope is a fair investigation. We are not going to take any side because evidence also has to surface.
I'm just wondering, the question has to be asked of those Sai officials also who were present in those camps. And by the way, Pooja, you also have an observer who travels to these foreign trips. When you have these athletes traveling for these competitions, at times,
Why did they not?
so I'm not everybody. So one of the officials who is now working with the WFI, he was earlier with the Sports Authority of India. So he was, he perhaps understood the sport. So WFI, what they did was they just got him on their payrolls.